What's up, YouTube? Welcome back. So, Kelly Rowland released a new video. I didn't know Kelly was going to be releasing music. Really, to an extent, considering that the times that we're in at the moment, I'm a bit surprised that musical artists are still releasing music, just because I think that they probably would want to wait a little bit after. But nevertheless, we all need some good music. So Kelly Rowland has decided to drop not only a new song, but also a new video to accompany her new song. And the name of her song is called Coffee. And she released the video very, very, very recently. And I'll just say, Kelly Rowland, she should really consider a career as maybe like a fitness model or a fitness guru, or, having her own line of fitness products, very much along those lines, in that lane. I really think that's a good lane for Kelly Rowland to be in. And as well, I really do think that she really does she's really into fitness as well. And I think she should, maybe kind of consider exploring something along those lines and perhaps gearing it towards Black women. I think many Black women would be receptive to that. The ones who are into fitness or perhaps are, considering getting into, fitness and diet and exercise and those things like that. I think that would be a good lane for Kelly. So I saw the music video, and, Kelly Rowland is looking beautiful in the video. She, again, very fit. It's like, who else in the game right now is, coming with a body like that, right? And also, the music video, it is pretty much majority, brown skin, dark skin women. I think there may have been maybe one light or at least lighter skinned woman in the video as well. She's kind of more so on the dumpy side. So I think they may have been doing that a bit on purpose too. The fit, tall, dark skinned women juxtaposed to the dumpy light skinned chick. Perhaps. So, Kelly, it takes place on the beach. She's rolling around in the sand and whatnot, and, looking very beautiful and very regal and, very melanated. She has brought the mocha today, right? The song itself, it's not a bad song. It's just that I don't really feel like the song is going to end up being like a banger on the radio, I think it may end up doing okay on the R&B charts. Okay. And also, for me, I'll put it like this. I think this is okay for Kelly Rowland to do, just because Kelly Rowland has been in the music industry for so long. She can do something like this as far as the song is concerned, right? But if this was Normani and she released this song, Coffee, I'd be like, just because, Normani, she would need a banger to really get the ball rolling on her musical career. And I feel like the song Coffee wouldn't be a banger, a bop, a jam, a demazel. God damn it. Right? But it's a nice song. I think, some folks will gravitate towards it. It's okay. It's cool. It's but the thing is it like, do I have to listen to it again? That's the thing too. That's the thing. And I'm not sure if Kelly Rowland's really, trying to really be the next big thing in the music industry at this point. And she's just doing things that are fun to her and creative to her, and that's cool. But I'm just saying, is it like a song that you gotta listen to again? Like a song for me recently that I'm like, okay, I can hear that song again. That's what's up. Oh, that song come on the radio. Okay, let me hear that. Turn it up, right? Has been My Oh My by Camila Cabello featuring the Baby, you know. And even considering Camila Cabello's racist past, I'm like, well, it's a good song. Don't judge me, okay? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But that's the thing, though. When you got a bop, a jam, a banger, whatever you want to call it, it kind of goes like that, you know. Now, have I went out and purchased the CD or the MP3? No, I haven't. But I'm just saying, that's sort of like what we need from, at the very least, Normani. That's what we need. If she wants to be, the great chocolate hope to, go forward and represent for all the brown skin and dark skinned sisters out there and be the next big thing in pop music and whatnot. But enough about that. All right. So let's get into the music video aspect of Kelly Rowland's music video. All right. So the song is very much about pretty much like coffee and sex in the morning, And I think the video is a nice video. Don't get me wrong. But I just feel like from a purely music video perspective, I just don't think that Kelly Rowland interpreted the brief or the theme of the song in the music video. However, as I said previously when I've done music video reviews, at one point, like before I did, talked about the stuff that I talk about now on this channel, I did do like music and music video reviews and analysis and critiques, mainly for Japanese pop music. But as I said in those videos, and I'll say it for this video too, if you don't interpret the brief or the theme correctly or at all, at least come with a good music video. And Kelly Rowland did that. So I'm like, okay, it's a nice video. It's like, okay, it's something that we like thinking about. Like, okay, that's a nice video. The video is a bit more simplistic, which it does. You don't need all the glitz and the glamour to get a good music video. It took place on the beach, so more so the video is more like sex on the beach versus coffee and sex in the morning. But, nice video nevertheless. Let's see what else we can say about the video here. I do wish there was a bit more to the video. Just a bit more to the video. It is simplistic, and simplicity can work. I think the video may have been missing a scene or two. And there were scenes with her and the women, the darker skinned women representing. And it seemed like a bit more could have been done with those scenes versus them just kind of like standing there. And then granted, you can stand there and look, stunning and captivating and attractive and all that stuff. Kind of wish a bit more was done with that though, Perhaps that's what was missing, But there was solo scenes with Kelly that were really good. Like, just her standing, like on the rock in front of the ocean or wherever she was. That was a really good scene, and she wasn't really even doing much there. So, sometimes you don't have to do much, and sometimes it's like, okay, you need something to be done. All right. But, overall, a nice music video, an okay song, I think it'll get some play on the R&B charts. It probably won't get as much play as, that Ella Mai Usher song. it's been on the R&B charts, not so much on the mainstream charts though. You know, the one with Ella May sounding like she crying while she's singing. Come through a quarter after town just to put it down on you. You make me wanna get around. I understand. You know that shit. You know, so I think it probably won't surpass that song on the R&B charts. You know, but again, Kelly Rowland is kind of like in a place where she can just be like, whatever, right? And just do things that are fun for her, right? And I think, how can I put this? You know, Kelly Rowland is just doing her and just having fun with it, and just kind of like perhaps a passion project, perhaps, versus, okay, this is going to be the next big thing, So, let's see. The next thing I want to talk about is stimulus checks. Did y'all get y'all stimulus checks? And if so, don't spend it all in one place. Right? But yeah, stimulus checks dropped. And so good, folks receiving their stimulus checks. Just don't get caught up. Just don't get got for your stimulus check, though, because I heard some folks are getting got for their stimulus checks, Some women have been getting got for child support, and some men have been getting got for their child support, being backed in child support payments. And then they're like, oh, no, you backed in child support payments. You can't get a stimulus check, nigga. Nah, this going to go to your baby mama over here and your kid that you were supposed to be taking care of, right? And then what's worse, some women getting got for it on behalf of their man because they married, because they thought that they were winning because, they married them and just didn't make them a baby mama. But no, you getting got too for your stimulus check. So your stimulus check and his stimulus check gonna go to the baby mama over there. Donald Trump gotcha. That's what's up. But also, some people are getting got because they may not be current on student loan payments and maybe have fallen into default. That could be a thing too. And then, some folks probably just spending their stimulus check money just trying to stunt and act like they got so much money. And, tax season passed is like around, it's like we still technically in, aren't we in, I guess tax season has technically passed, but we're still around that season. So, folks stunting with their stimulus check and they tax money check, acting like they got so much going on, You know how that go. We got niggas buying rims on their car and shit. We got hoes trying to stunt getting Gucci bags and shit. Can't even spell Gucci, but she's getting these bags. But that's another story. So if you got your stimulus check, I'm happy for you. All right. Next, I want to talk about right quick is this situation with Roddy Rich. Roddy broke. Shoddy bitch, and his baby mama, his Creole baby mama. So apparently some, I guess, black women are upset about Roddy Rich being with a Creole, or having a Creole baby mama maybe. And maybe they thought that his baby mama was going to have a phenotype that was more so like his phenotype. And I will just say that I am completely surprised, shocked, and bewildered, and bemused that Roddy Rich doesn't have a baby mama with the same phenotype as him. I'm really shocked and confused. I'm like, whoa, that came out of left field. I'm like, whoa, I could not have seen that coming. Oh my God. Just, oh my God. Right? So, yeah, apparently that's a shock to people. All right. But folks were kind of like coming at the baby mama, saying like she ugly, like, and she don't look good. And based on what I saw from the baby mama as far as her looks, I don't think she's like ugly, like just straight up, like a straight up struggle face, you know, wild ass wildebeest on the loose, you know. I don't think I don't think she walking around here looking like a straight up bought up gum rapper. But she okay. I don't think she ugly. Um, I think she's probably just typical. Once you take off, well, maybe based on what I saw, she was probably in hair and makeup. So, based on hair and makeup, like, all right. I don't think she's like straight up ugly. But folks was going after the baby mama about her looks. I guess saying that he could have did better. You know, Perhaps, maybe we could all do a little better. Who knows? But the thing is with these colorist situations, colorist Negroes, whatever you want to say, it's just like you gotta let folks, have their preferences and requirements, even if their preferences and requirements come from a fucked up place. We just gotta let folks like what they like. Shit. You just gotta cross them off the list and keep it pushing. It doesn't necessarily mean that, you can't critique the pathology that's behind it and analyze it and things like that. But it's just like sometimes I think some black women end up coming off as if they're begging for black men, to love them and to appreciate them. And I just think that, black women as a collective, you know, first, they don't need to be out there like that because I just think that, black women are just good enough not to be in a situation like that. But also, having a bit of dignity and a bit of self-respect goes a long way as well. Basically, what I guess I'm trying to say is like black women are too amazing and beautiful and awesome to be begging or looking like you're begging. If honestly, I think that may low key kind of decrease your value in itself, being out here looking damn thirsty, you know. But I think that speaks to a bigger issue when it comes to black women and self-esteem and self-worth that really needs to be addressed and tackled. But I just think that I don't know if the community is really ready for black women, especially black women of a certain shade, um, you know, to be truly, you know, knowing their self-worth and knowing their value and, you know, not accepting shit. I don't think the community is really ready for that. After all, we can't have black women around here, walking around here thinking that that they got it going on and walking around here thinking that they got options and shit. See, that's why they don't want you to think that. They don't want you to know that you got options when you got it going on. And it's like, uh-oh, that's bed winch talk right there. It sounds like we got a bed winch in here, right? When you hear black women got options, right? That's bed winch talk, really, right? But let's move on to the next situation. And that's P. Diddy and Lizzo, and P. Diddy not wanting to see Lizzo twerk. And, I think from what I've heard, I didn't really dig too much into the situation, but from what I heard, some love and hip hop chick, Drea Michelle, I think her name is, or I think Drea I think that's her name. And she was twerking on P. Diddy's live or whatever, and it was all good in the hood. But when Lizzo came through, it was like, he didn't want her to do it. And, some folks are, accusing P. Diddy of being against plus size women. Right now, Lizzo out here, she's like the certified twerk queen at the moment, right? Y'all saw what she did at the Lakers game. Like, she don't give a fuck where she at. Like, if she at work, she gonna twerk. If she at church, she gonna twerk. If she on the beach, she gonna eat, then she gonna twerk. If she in court, she gonna twerk. If she's at a funeral, she gonna put in work, then she gonna twerk. Right? Lizzo don't give a fuck where she at. If she feel like twerking, she gonna twerk, right? And that's why Lizzo is the certified twerk queen at the moment. All right. But you know, the thing is, though, you do have to know that there is a time and place for twerking. Again, I guess Lizzo didn't get to be the certified twerk queen because of, acknowledging the times and places of twerking and stuff like that. But nevertheless, there is a time and place for twerking, and, you just got to know that. And as well, I think people kind of shame Lizzo for twerking back at when she was twerking at the Lakers game. They were body shaming her. Not so much, well, they were body shaming her, but also like booty shaming her too, because they were saying like, oh, her booty, like the thong, her booty should have been eating the thong, right? It should have like been eating the thong like it was his last meal. Like Lizzo booty with the thong was more like it wasn't really eating it and devouring it like it was the last meal. They were thinking that it should have been like more like 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 just going crazy and wild over that thong. But Lizzo got enough money if she wanted to fix that. But I think Lizzo wants to accept herself as she is. But she may do like a weight loss thing later on down the road. You know how that goes with the plus size women in the industry, right? Gabrielle Sidibe is doing that right now, right? And it's her decision, her body. She can do what she wants. But I'm just saying. But but y'all know who used to be the certified twerk queen before Lizzo came on the scene, right? Before Lizzo. And that person is Miley Cyrus, the culture vulture virus, right? Y'all remember when Miley Cyrus was, twerking her imaginary booty all over the place and, just acting like a wild ass hillbilly on the loose and, being a culture vulture and all that shit, right? You remember that phase that Miley went through, when she was all acting like she down for the hood and shit, right? But yeah, Miley Cyrus, she sort of was kind of like came up off of that too, you know, you know. Um, but you notice though, Miley Cyrus has transitioned back on over to the country music community and the Hillbilly Nashville committee. And she sure did. Now she did the whole blackity black thing for a minute, and then went back home, right? And I think for Miley, I think for her situation, she was doing like, quote unquote, the black thing or whatever you want to call that shit. She did that and she alienated herself from, her white country community fans and people and whatnot. And she actually spoke about that briefly when she sort of came back out with her new look. And hey, and as well, there was like the country music awards, CMT awards or whatever you want to call it. Like they spent that whole award show pretty much shading Miley Cyrus, and even worse, they was juxtaposing her against Taylor Swift, and Taylor Swift was getting the better end of the comparison too. And they're like, oh, thank you so much, Taylor Swift, for not pretty much low key doing what Miley Cyrus doing. They didn't say it like that, but they were saying like basically, thanks for not, being out here wilding out of control and shit. All right. But yeah, but I understand why Miley Cyrus was a culture vulture virus though, because like without that, Miley Cyrus is like plain stale white bread, man. I know, like that's a reason why a lot of these motherfuckers, like your Justin Bieber's, he doing it right now, And Bad Baby, that hoe doing it right now too. I understand why they do that shit, because without it, they are just a lot of times just stale ass, old ass white bread. Like that shit. Ain't nobody trying to eat no stale ass white bread. You know, people want some flavor with that shit, and I know like that's why they doing it, because they want some flavor. You know, but you got to get flavor somewhere else though. You that's the thing. They come through. Black folks help put them on. Maybe the black folks may get a couple of black folks may get some money out of it. They come through, do the black thing for a minute or two. And then at one point or another, they stop doing the black thing and then go on back to being stale Wonder Bread and have done the black thing long enough that they can live off of their earnings from it and whatnot, right? Mark Wahlberg is one of those types too, right? And as well, you gotta notice though too, when when white women do the black thing, I, I don't hate to say it, but you know what I mean though. When they do it, they sometimes tend to date black men while doing that, right? When the white men do the black thing, the culture vulture thing, I guess we could say it like that. They tend not to date black women while doing it. Something to think about there, right? So I bring that up as and sort of like to say like, well, the thing is, Miley didn't date black men either. But I bring that up just to say that the women, when they do the culture vulture thing, they tend to date black men, and really that help the black men help usher them in. When white men do the culture vulture thing, they tend not to date black women. Again, probably because black men ushered them in, right? They may help. They may put a black man on or two or something like that, but they probably won't date black women while doing the culture vulture thing. Honestly, I'm more apt to think that, kind of like, how can I put this? Using these as sort of signs to say like when someone's really is a culture vulture versus when someone just is perhaps really just, oh, I just really like, black culture, right? Like, I'll say a Paul Wall, all right? For Paul Wall, I don't really see him as a culture vulture per se. I just think that he may have just been raised in perhaps a black area or a majority black area, and perhaps have received an influence because of that. And as well, he is married to a black woman and has biracial kids. Um, doesn't really agree with the rebel flag, this, that, and the third, right? So I'm sure there's a couple of folks out there who are, say, straight up culture vultures. But I think, as a rule of thumb, culture vulture until proven otherwise, right? That's just, the assumption that needs to be made. Um, but speaking of other culture vultures, Bad Baby came on the scene recently, and well, she didn't come on the scene, but she recently did some live Instagram post or some bullshit, right? And folks have accused her of blackfishing. I guess technically it's more like biracial mixed fishing or racially ambiguous fishing, but blackfishing, right? And she like, nah, I just wore that to make my skin look tan, right? Right. And then she dragged in Little Kim in the mix and saying like, oh, Little Kim wears her makeup to make herself look lighter. Why ain't y'all dragging her? I'm like, what you talking? Like, people been drag Kim about a lot of things, right? As far as her looks are concerned. But and then during that live stream, she had said like, "Who wants to be black? Who wants to be black?" Right? Right? I'm like, you niggas and bitches and bitch ass niggas done let this bitch, this stale bread white bitch get way too comfortable. Way too comfortable to be saying some shit like that. Right. And actually, I do really agree with her. At least in the aspect of what she's saying, because I do think that when these white folks do the culture vulture thing, they want to pick and choose parts of blackness that they want to use for come up and use to get some flavor, but they don't really want blackness in all, like all that blackness comes with, right? The good black, the good, bad, and the ugly that comes with it, right? The baggage that comes with blackness, especially blackness in America, right? So, in a sense, I do agree with her. I think, like people have said, they want the rhythm, but they don't want the blues, right? But on the flip side, it's like, well, who wants to be white? Outside of the societal privileges, who really is begging to be white, right? You know, you see how these actors and actresses, especially these actresses, are aging. Like, who wants to really, aging at like 40? I'm like, really? Like, the black women I know, the majority of them are not, straight up going downhill and hitting the wall at 40, you know, especially not at 35, not at 40, not at 45 even, hell, not even at 50, you know. I'm just saying though. So, who is begging and trying to really, go over to that, not being shady. I'm just saying, who's just, trying to go over to that. Again, this is about the societal privileges more so, right? Be in a position of money, power, respect, those sort of things, like the infrastructure and, things like that, right? But yeah. Y'all done let that bad baby hoe get way too comfortable. All right. So next is Amanda Seales from The Real versus Jeannie Mai from The Real. And, I think Jeannie Mai was announcing her engagement on The Real. They're like doing this like at home thing at the moment due to like the stay-at-home order that's in place in California. So they're doing that, and everyone was seemingly happy for her, but Amanda Seales pretty much just had a blank face. Amanda Seales, I guess Amanda Seales ain't down for the swirl. I guess Amanda Seales doesn't like Jeannie Mai. What the case may be. But does Amanda Seales have to be happy for Jeannie Mai? What if Amanda Seales isn't approving of Jeannie Mai because of the interracial aspect of the relationship? Does Amanda Seales have a right to think that way? I'm just wondering, just because I know, like, when it comes to situations like this, people do like to push the narrative that, like, black women are really, jealous and bitter and angry, at non-black women who are with black men. And, it's not to say that there's not any truth into that, but sometimes I think it is overhyped and overblown and pushed way more than it should be. And even when folks try to have actual dialogue about this, it just ends up dwindling down to, oh, the black woman is jealous. She's bitter. She's angry, right? Then they start to analyze the black woman like, oh, I bet you she doesn't have a man. Oh, I bet you if she did, her man left her a baby mama and didn't marry her. And then if she's married, then, oh, I guess you're not happy in your marriage. You know, if there's any critique from, especially from a black woman, then it's like, it's automatic that she's going to be, dragged through the ringer about it, right? And again, Amanda Seales didn't really give a critique. She was just silent, but I'm just saying. And, and for Jeannie Mai, Jeannie Mai kind of, somewhat got to come up. Based on what I've done, Google, Jeannie Mai net worth is about around 2 million. Jeannie Mai's ex-husband's net worth, Freddie Hartise, his net worth is around 1.5 million. So, Jeannie Mai seemingly is worth more than her husband. She is on the come up as well. So I don't see her husband Freddie being on the come up like that. Now, Young Jeezy's net worth is about 15 million. All right. So for Jeannie Mai, that was a come up financially, right? So low key, Jeannie Mai was perhaps with a low key, dusty white dude, and now she's with Jeezy, And some people may argue, well, Jeezy's dusty. Well, I think you have to factor in net worth with that too. Because I'm like, well, he has kids. And he has child support payments, perhaps. Perhaps. But maybe once you get through with the child support payments, it's still like a come up. Perhaps. And again, I don't know how old Jeezy's kids are. His kids could be grown. I think some of them are. I don't know. I don't really get into those business all like that. If it's happy, and if you're happy and it works for you, then that's good. That is good for you. I'm happy for you that y'all have found some happiness in these trying times right now. All right. Yeah. So I'm going to bring this video to a close. I don't want to go on for too long. But one more thing. P. Diddy said that Kylie Jenner is an inspiration to women of color. What do you think about that? I know for black women, do you find Kylie Jenner to be an inspiration for you? And as well, I do want to know, what is Kylie Jenner's talent? What's her claim to fame? What's her skill besides, having big lips, fucking and sucking, the latest nigga dick on the scene? What's the talent exactly? Having biracial babies, is that a talent? I don't know, right? And to be fair, I really think that Kylie Jenner, like her surgical enhancements actually do make her look better, the makeover and all that stuff. Based on what she looked like before, based on what she looked like now, money well spent. Right? She went from looking like stale, moldy, Wonder Bread, not so Wonder Bread, goddamn. Some stale ass Sara Lee white bread to goddamn looking like that new hot thing on the scene. Right? So yeah, there you go. And as well as with that whole Roddy Rich situation, the women that they choose, they end up being baby mamas. So I don't know if this really something that the black women should be jumping towards, trying to be. But then again, I guess maybe that's the new thing, But for those situations though, the light skin, good hair ain't gonna keep the nigga there. Yeah, he'll be there for a minute or two, but at one point or another, the novelty of light skin, and good hair are gonna wear off, and he's gonna go wandering off, right? And she didn't get a marriage; she got a baby mama stamp. So I just for the black women out there who may be feeling some type of a way about it, who may even try to may end up internalizing it, like, don't. They do that shit because of them, not because of you. All right. I did a whole video about this actually a while ago, but yeah, it's because of them and their issues, not because of you. So just wanted to put that out there. But thanks for watching. Adios and goodbye for now. Peace.